Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on, well, what I think will be a simple pair of earrings from the SoftFlex Company Design Challenge Kit, Wonderland. Hopefully it's going to turn out the way I want. I'm doing something a little different, so let's turn down and give it a try. Okay, what we've got here is some 24 gauge SoftFlex craft wire in silver. We've got a couple of briolets, one for each earring. We've got ear wires, one for each. One of these Pave beads for each one. And then a pearl for each one, and I have an extra pearl out here, but that's all right. We'll just put it aside. After the pearl, we're going to put on one of these silver spacers. Then this other Pave bead, another pearl spacer, a silver spacer, and then one of these little purple beads. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this briolet, sink it into this bead, then we're going to put our pearl here, and since I doubt very strongly if two wires are going to go through the pearl, we're going to do a tiny wrap around the pearl, come up to this, go through here, and then do another tiny wrap around this pearl as we finish her off. So let's get some wire out. Now I normally wouldn't use this small of a wire, but we need to because of how we're stringing this. And of course, by the time we get up to the top, we'll have to double it up to make our loop up at the top. So let's just cut a length of wire off. Set this aside until we need it for our other earring. And what we're going to do is just put our briolet through here, bring it up, bring her together. Now I'm going to do a tiny little spin here. Not much, because I don't want it to go up into our cap here too much, because otherwise the pearl can't come down over and drop into where it needs to. So, and I'm actually even maybe too much right now. We'll see. So then we spread these apart. And we're going to drop our pearl down on this one, on the shorter one, sorry, not the longer one. Our longer one is for our wrapping. So we'll drop the pearl down on the shorter one, push it down over here so we can get up there. So like so. Then we're going to take our extra wire and wrap it around, and we'll go back down again on the other side here, wrap again, so that we get her good and snug there, as snug as we can anyway. Now see, that's still a little more baggy than I'd like it. I would like that pearl to drop right down into the hollow of our Pave bead there. But it doesn't want to, so we will just go back up and do another wrap here. And then it's going to become one wire again. Like so. Then through both of these. Through the Pave. through both. The smaller through the pearl. Bring this over here so it's not in the way. Then up and around. And let them become one again. And see, that didn't wrap real well. So we'll take our pliers and we're going to just do a twist here. See if we can get that to wrap a little better as far as twisting together is concerned. That's better. Now that we're up here, we're going to bring these together and we're going to do our fold. Get our, bring it over and around and down and over. Put our ear wire in. We're a little crooked here. We'll have to straighten that up in a minute. Come on, baby, go in the hole. Both of you. Up and around. Come on, go in. There we go. Now we'll hold this together here. As we wrap these around. Now, since we still have some wire here, what I'm going to do is come back down here, especially on the little blue one here, and wrap this in here. We'll cut that off and tuck it in. Where'd it go? There it is. So that's tucked right there. Now we still have this other piece here. So we have a choice here. I was debating if I wanted to make a spiral or if we want to wrap down again. I'm thinking I'll just make a spiral to sit up here on top. So to make a spiral, just take hold of the very end here with your round nose pliers and do a tiny little spiral. Now if it didn't go entirely round, you want to cut off that last little bit, but this one looks pretty round. So then take your flat nose pliers and hold your loop and just go back and forth between your loop and your spiral. Now, if you want your spiral to be down lower, you could just wrap it down there now. I'm just gonna sit her up here on the top, so it's gonna sit right here in the front, right there, like so. Now I still am not really liking the way this is sitting, but it is what it is. I don't think I can get that pearl to go down in there any further. I would like it to drop in there, but I don't think it will. So, because once you put the gravity goes to work on it, it drops down further onto your briolette. So I think the only way you could hold it up there is if you did something to keep the briolette from the pave from falling down onto the briolette. So we'll just have to be like so. It's not bad. It's just not exactly what I wanted, but it works. So let's go to the other one. So we need to get some wire out. And I should have measured that so I knew exactly how much I needed, but we'll just get a hunk off. Now, normally I would use a thicker gauge of wire, but with the briolette going through the pave, I don't really think that we can do that. So let's get the pave on here and bend this up. And I'm sort of wondering if I should go down and do a loop around the pave before we come up, but well, if I do that, I should do it with the longer one, though, if I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Go the right way, Rose. Okay. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best at wrapping pave briolettes. I'm not. But that ought to help her stay in place maybe some. So bring her back up through our green pave bead. A small one through the pearl. This over as far as you can so the pearl can go down as far as it will. Bring this around. Go back down and around again. Up and a little wrap right here. Now both through the spacer. Push it down. Oops, what did I just do? Something felt like it wiggled pretty hard there. Anyway. Now the pave, down over that, the other spacer, pull them apart, little pearl, down to the bottom. Wrap the little pearl. Back together. Oh, that's laying a little better, I think. Where are the right pliers? There we go. Leave all your tools out and then you got it there in your way instead of helping you. So now that we've got that, bend it over, get our bell making pliers, bring it around, bring her over, drop her, bring her around, leave a gap for our ear wire to go in. Come on, baby, go through. There we go. Hold these. Now you're going to have to bring them back together when you hold them because you pulled them apart to get your ear wire in there. Wrap these around. Now we're going to take the smaller one and wrap around the little pearl again. And come down through here. Might need to use your pliers to do this because it's getting little. Cut off the extra and tuck that little guy in. Now we're going to take the big guy and make our spiral. Though I think it's a little bigger than the other one was, so we may want to cut just a little bit off. Now I'm going to take these wires and spread them a little bit because I got them closer on the little pearl than I wanted to. So we'll, in my opinion, when you're doing wire work, your thumbnail is your best friend. I use my thumbnail all the time for all kinds of stuff. Like I say, I think this wire is longer, so I'm going to cut off about, I don't know, maybe this much. Now we want our little round nose pliers again, and we're going to do that spiral. So spiral, teeny weeny little spiral. See if it looks round. It looks pretty round. If it doesn't look round, what you need to do is take your clippers, or your flush cutters I should say, and cut off this last little bit, because it's going to be the spot that's not rounded. It's because of how you grab it, you know, when you start your circle, your motion. So see how now it's a little rounder? So we'll put those away, grab our flat nose, hold on, and start spiraling. Now I still didn't get that really round. You can see there's a little bump right there in it. That's because it wasn't really rounded when I started it. Oops, let it slide off its spiral there. But we're about done anyway, because it's going to sit right here in the very front. Needs just a teeny bit more spiral to lay down right. And we'll just twist it around, put it right in front of where the ear wire sits, above the pearl. And there it is. See, that other spiral is still a little bit smaller. But the only way to fix that is entirely unspiral your bigger spiral and then cut it off some more and make it smaller. Which we could do, it's a royal pain in the rear and you have to worry about breaking your wire then. But it is quite a bit bigger still, so I might do that anyway, because I don't really want it to be that much bigger. So, because you can't cut off the end, and you'd have to cut off, let's see, this is about the size we want it. So we want to cut off about another ½ inch of wire. Now this wire is lightweight enough, it's easy to unspiral, but remember, you've weakened it when you do that too. That's probably enough right there. So let's get out our round nose again. We're going to make that little beginning spiral. See, that one looks relatively round. It's not quite. I can see that it's got a teeny bit of a bow in it, but I think it'll be good enough. So let's wrap this baby up. See, it does have a little bump. Starting to go under a little bit there. I think this is where one of our bins was at. So we'll just bend her up right now. Come on, baby, don't argue with me here on our spiral. It's the last little thing we're doing here. So the spiral goes right there. Oops, nope, it goes over, it needs to come over here further. So we'll push it around and get it back into place where it belongs. And up a little bit higher. There we go, that's better. It's closer in size too. So there are our little earrings with our spiral tops. Those cute. This needs a little repair right here. It needs to sit down here a little bit better, I think. I think that's better, yeah. So there we go. There's our earrings using our SoftFlex company's Wonderland kit. So there we go. There are our little Wonderland kit earrings. Oh, that one's a little bit crooked in there. See, now this one I got a little tighter than this one. I'm going to see if I can maybe play with this a little bit and tighten that briolette up some. Oh, I think I may have just done so. Well, maybe not, but here we go. There they are. Aren't those pretty? They want to swing a lot, don't they? So anyway, this has been our little experimenting with stuff with our SoftFlex Wonderland kit. And this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and I hope you enjoyed making these with me. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.